So as part of this section, we will try to cover the basic concepts and the overall processes associated with data analytics. So the discussion, this section would be more on understanding the basic elements of data analytics, uh, what is the significance of it, and the fundamentals of concepts from the perspective of data analytics. So talking about the concepts and the overall processes is part of 1.1. So as part of this slide, the discussion would be more on explaining the concepts which are related to data analytics. As we see in today's world, most of the time, data is the most critical element, and it is acting as a kind of currency, which basically helps you to get the kind of insights. So if you see in all the kind of businesses, the most important element at any point in time is the data, right? So the data which can be in form of internal data, it can be in form of external data. If you are a organization working very closely with customer, then the customer data is absolutely a great insight. So as we say, in today's world, the currency for the transaction, if you call it, can be referred as a data. And obviously, organizations are trying to have the most sophisticated ways for storing the data so that they can get the insight from the data. So as we see, data analytics is all about the process of turning the raw data into the insights by which you can have a better business business decision making. So this science of data analytics is all pertaining to getting the insights for better decision making. As we say, data can be acquired through multiple sources, and most common of these sources are the internal data sources, where you can always get the data by working with the organization internal team. Data can be formed in various forms. They can be in form of tables, when you put the relational database in the database. It can be form of CSV, which is the comma separated value, or it can be in form of Microsoft Excel files as well. So these are all structured form of data, but then there can certainly be an unstructured form of data which can also be there. So, so if you ask me how the data analytics starts, right? So in that case, the most important question which is asked is, what is the source of data, where the data is coming from? And as we say, data can come from many forms, many sources. It can come from documents, it can come from spreadsheets, it can come from images, videos, Internet of Things, telemetry, social media accounts. So we can definitely collect the metadata, which is all about the data as well. So there are so much of opportunities around to collect data from each and every source. Specifically talking about the banking and financial world, so basically, banking and financial world provides the data about the investment, hedge funds, customer information, so on and so forth, right? So due to the overall cost of data storage going down, now the data can be sourced from all the places. So initially, previously, the source of data storage was or the cost of data storage was relatively high. Hence, organizations were not interested in storing all kind of data. But then now, since the costs have reduced drastically, organizations are interested in storing any and every kind of data so that they can find the pattern out of it. So organizations are talking about storing the social media data posts. They are interested in getting the real-time streaming. They are interested in storing the satellite imagery and so on and so forth, right? So organizations want to get the insights by storing each and every kind of data. Obviously, there are alternate data sources as well. So these alternate data sources are the web content, right? So once you can download and parse the web data, you can definitely use it for the data analytics projects as well. And as we say, data could be stored in form of CSV file or JSON file. It can additionally also be used, or it can also be accessed by web scraping. So there can be a question on web scraping as well. So what is web scraping? Web scraping is a basic element or technique where you try to get the data from the internet. So you can use open data sources that basically allows you to download the useful data set, and you use internet as a medium. So that concept, as we call, is called web scraping. So in this kind of case, your data compliance is the most important consideration to ensure there is a data transparency and it meets the legal obligations which is regarding the data ownership. So it is important to work with the legal experts to understand and mitigate any kind of risks pertaining to the data analytics, and when you are trying to mine the data from different sources. So now we will talk about outlining the overall steps in the process of data analysis. So if you look at the overall steps, data is basically at the center of all projects. So data plays a key role in any kind of issues which we try to solve. So the key steps and phases as part of data analytics project is first finding a business problem. So once you try to solve any business problem with the help of data, the next step is to go about collecting the required data for the same. So once you have collected the data, you try to clean the data using various data cleaning techniques. Once data cleaning has been done, we'll try to analyze the data through the various tools which are available across. And once the data has been analyzed, we'll try to interpret the data using various tools, and you will try to represent the data using various tools. Once you have interpreted data, you will try to visualize in form of graphs, in form of pie charts, in form of other easy to understand visuals. And once that is done, the insights can be derived, and then it can further go with finding any other business problem pertaining to the business. So that's how this is the all cyclical process, which basically say that you need to find a business problem that you would like to analyze and address. You will start collecting data. You need to collect the data related to the business problem and clean the data and prepare it for the data analytics project. And as we call this process is called data scrubbing. And there are several data cleaning techniques which are available across.